Coronation Street star Ben Price has explained his character Nick Tilsley's reaction as son Sam Blakeman hits breaking point next week. The concerning scenes will see Sam's mental health hit a major crisis as he experiences psychosis amid his conflict with grooming victim Will Driscoll. Sam locks himself in the cafe as he sees two versions of Roy Cropper, while Nick tries to get Sam to open the door, having not been aware of the extent of how serious his son's struggles have been in recent weeks. Ben explained that the situation suddenly bridges the gap into becoming a bit dangerous, and Nick sees a part in Sam that he's never seen before, the star explaining. He's not letting Nick in, and then he locks himself up and gets aggressive to Roy. Those moments, when Sam is showing something so different from how he has been, is the bit when Nick thinks, oh, he's in real trouble. As the situation gets increasingly concerning, Sam runs off and goes missing, though is thankfully found by Carla, who recognizes signs of psychosis, having experienced it herself. Carla and Nick have a history, but with Carla, it's a moment of currency for Nick, Ben said. Carla isn't usually like that. She's very full of brusqueness. If Carla is saying it, and Carla has seen it and gone through it, there's a moment where I think Nick knows Carla enough to go, she's seen something properly. What's so good about a character like Carla is that, because of what she's been through, she's very black and white. Everyone wants that, so then when she does break that hard shell, it makes you sit up and take notice. That is what happens to Nick. He's gone from, oh, I just think it's teenage angst, to he's got psychosis. He's really not well. He's got to go to a hospital. He needs professional treatment, Ben continued. That's a big leap. Nick slightly rejects a lot from people. I think he feels slightly either, is it his fault? Or is he on his own? He feels a bit unsure of himself and who's around him. The star further noted that looking after Sam has been a tricky balance for Nick over the years, and is aware that he wants Sam to be a young man and get out there. Ben also agreed that it is entirely true that part of the situation stems from the complicated co-parenting dynamic between Nick, Toya, and Leanne, as well as Nick thinking it's down to normal teenage stress. You're thinking he's a teenage boy. Lots is changing, as it does for all of us, he said. So this could be that. And for Nick, he's trying to balance being that parent, not being on both sides, and maybe he's just not sure of himself as a father. Tensions on the cobbles reach boiling point in this emotional new Coronation Street storyline as Sam Blakeman finally reaches his limit, leaving Nick Tilsley facing a heartbreaking and unexpected reaction that threatens to change their relationship forever. For weeks, viewers have watched Sam quietly struggle beneath the weight of emotional pressure, trying to appear composed while navigating grief, anxiety, and the complicated adult world around him. Despite Nick's best efforts to support him, it becomes increasingly clear that something inside Sam has been slowly unraveling. What once was a gentle, thoughtful boy begins to show signs of emotional exhaustion that even those closest to him can no longer ignore. Nick, ever the protective father figure, initially believes he is doing everything right. He tries to keep things stable at home, offering reassurance and structure, hoping consistency will help Sam feel safe again. But as pressures mount, from school, from personal memories, and from emotional triggers Sam cannot fully express, his silence becomes more worrying than words ever could be. The breaking point arrives suddenly, but not without warning. In a charged moment at home, Sam finally explodes after a buildup of frustration that has been simmering beneath the surface. What begins as a small disagreement quickly escalates into an emotional outburst that leaves Nick stunned and unsure how to respond. Sam, usually reserved and cautious, finally voices feelings he has kept locked away for far too long, feelings of confusion, isolation, and emotional overwhelm. The rawness of Sam's breakdown cuts deep. It is not anger in the traditional sense, but rather the painful release of a child who feels unheard and unable to process everything happening around him. His words are fragmented but powerful, revealing just how much emotional strain he has been carrying alone. For Nick, it is a devastating moment of realization. He has been so focused on protecting Sam that he may have missed the signs of how deeply he was suffering. Nick's reaction is immediate and deeply human. Shock gives way to guilt, and then to helplessness. He tries to reach Sam, but for the first time, their emotional connection feels fractured. Nick struggles to find the right words, caught between wanting to fix everything instantly and recognizing that this is not something that can simply be repaired with reassurance alone. The aftermath of the confrontation leaves a heavy silence in the Tilsley household. Sam withdraws, overwhelmed by his own emotional release, while Nick is left reflecting on every moment leading up to this point. Questions begin to plague him. Did he push too hard? Did he not listen enough? Could he have prevented this breakdown if he had seen the warning signs earlier? As the storyline unfolds, viewers see a more vulnerable side of Nick than ever before. His confidence as a caregiver is shaken, replaced with uncertainty and fear that he may be failing the person he is trying so hard to protect. The emotional distance between him and Sam grows uncomfortable, and Nick is forced to confront the reality that love alone is not always enough to heal deep emotional wounds. Meanwhile, Sam's journey becomes one of quiet recovery. Though shaken by his own outburst, it also marks a turning point where he can no longer suppress his emotions. The breaking point, while painful, becomes a catalyst for honesty and necessary support. It opens the door for deeper conversations, professional guidance, and a more honest understanding of what Sam is truly going through. Support from other characters in the street begins to play a subtle but important role. Encouragement from family and friends reminds Nick that he is not alone in helping Sam navigate this difficult chapter. Slowly, he begins to understand that healing will take time, patience, and above all, listening without trying to immediately solve everything. This emotional storyline promises to explore themes of mental health, parenting under pressure, and the silent struggles young people often face when they feel unable to speak up. Sam's breaking point is not just a dramatic moment. It is a reflection of how fragile emotional well-being can be when burdens are carried in silence. For Nick, it is a wake-up call that reshapes his understanding of fatherhood and responsibility. And for Sam, it is the beginning of a difficult but necessary journey toward expressing what he truly feels. As Coronation Street continues, viewers are left wondering, can Nick and Sam rebuild their bond after such an emotional fracture, or has this breaking point changed everything between them forever? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Coronation Street Scoop News Update.